So everyone, welcome to another video. So in this video, I will talk about Kisaki from Tokyo Revengers. And this video might contain some minor spoilers. So Kisaki can be called as the bad guy in Tokyo Revengers. And he is the mastermind who manipulated many characters in this series in order to achieve his goal. Kisaki always wants to rise to the top of the Tomen. And he wants to control the entire Tokyo Manji gang to complete his dreams. He is not a person who can lead an entire gang. He lacks many qualities as a leader, and he knows that. And that's why he always tried to manipulate Mikey. And if he successfully manipulated Mikey, he can control the entire Tokyo Manji gang. And in many future timelines, Kisaki successfully manipulated Mikey and ruled the entire Tokyo Manji gang. But Hanagaki traveled back in time to change some events in past so that he can save Mikey and everyone else dear to him. But every time when Hanagaki successfully saved his friends and changed his future, Kisaki always comes up with a new plan which is even dangerous than the previous plan. Kisaki always planned to become Japan's #1 delinquent. And Kisaki crafted a perfect plan. But in order to make it work, Kisaki needed one very important person on his side. And that person was Manjiro Sano, otherwise known as Mikey. Kisaki needed Mikey as a vessel to become Japan's #1 delinquent. And Kisaki already had a plan to manipulate Mikey. Mikey was the perfect medium for Kisaki to rise to the top. And according to Kisaki, the outcome of his grand plan will take 10 years. Kisaki planned to gain Mikey's trust in first year. And then he will continue to manipulate Mikey, and it will take 2 years. Then Kisaki will dominate Tokyo with Mikey's help, and it will take 3 years. And then finally, taking over Japan with Mikey will take 4 years. And that concluded his 10-year plan of becoming Japan's #1 delinquent. So in the original timeline, where Hanagaki was pushed in front of a train and then got the power of time leaping. In that original timeline, Kisaki actually became Japan's #1 delinquent with Mikey. So it means his plan was perfect and it actually worked. And not in just the original timeline, Kisaki also became Japan's #1 delinquent in some other timeline. Where he had to change his plan because of Hanagaki's interference. But almost every time Kisaki successfully achieved his goal. And because of Kisaki's extreme intelligence, Hanagaki and his friends thought that Kisaki is also a time leaper, like Hanagaki. And that's why he is always able to change the future by creating a different plan. But later it was confirmed that Kisaki is not a time leaper. Kisaki is just extremely intelligent and good at planning and executing things. Kisaki is extremely ruthless, cunning, and ambitious individual. And it doesn't matter how many times he fails, Kisaki never stops working on his goals. Physically, Kisaki is not on the level of Mikey or Draken. But his power to rule with fear makes people stronger than him to obey him. And the entirety of his actions in the entire story revolves around becoming the most powerful and influential criminal in Tokyo. And Kisaki can do anything to become that. Kisaki don't care about his subordinates and superiors, and he sees both groups as tools for his success. In fact, he sees almost everyone as objects for him to be manipulated. Kisaki is selfishly willing to incriminate others, or even make them sacrifice their lives in order to complete his mission. In spite of being such a selfish person, he has remarkable charisma. And he was able to find many willing to serve under him. And though this is also because they fear him. Because Kisaki is extremely skilled in mentally torturing people. But Kisaki was not always a person like this. Some events that happened in his childhood changed him into the ruthless person he is today. Kisaki is not physically strong. But Kisaki has above average fighting capabilities. He was able to knock out Hanagaki in a single punch. But Kisaki is not like Mikey or Draken, who can defeat an entire gang. Kisaki is able to hold his own and defeat average delinquents. But what makes Kisaki an incredibly dangerous, if not the most dangerous, individual is not his fighting skills, but his abnormal intelligence. Kisaki is the mastermind behind almost every big event that happens in future. Kisaki has shown abnormal intellectual abilities throughout the story. He was able to fail Hanagaki's plans multiple times, despite Hanagaki being able to time travel. He has been able to ingeniously manipulate countless delinquents to serve as stepping stones to him. So, now that's all for this video. And if you guys enjoyed this video, then you can subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.